YouTube, what is good? It's Jeff Abel, always able, back on here again for another video, trying to provide some value for those who are interested. And I kind of wanted to just jump on here and touch on keeping the promises that you make to yourself. And I think that's a big deal and a big issue that I know I've had for a long time, and I think a lot of people struggle with, and it comes down to basic simple things on a daily basis. I'll just jump right into it. It's so easy for us to say, I'll start tomorrow, or I'll start next week, or you say you're going to do something and then you don't, and you push it off and you keep pushing it off. Subconsciously, that is just like hurting you, and it's stopping you from progressing. And when you keep the promises to yourself, it is a good way to build confidence. I know I touched on confidence on the last video I did. And it is a huge way to build self-confidence by doing what you say you're going to do. And not even just to prove it to other people, but just to prove it to yourself. And I'm not saying I'm all the way there yet, but at 33, I definitely, at this point in my life, am really working on trying to keep the promises I make to myself. And if I don't think I can keep them on a day-to-day basis, I won't say it to myself, or I won't write it down. For example, if I set my alarm for a certain time to get up, I got to get up at that time, because if I don't, and I hit snooze, or if I go back and if I hit the snooze and I go back for another 10, 20 minutes, in my head, like, I already start the day off with a loss, and it almost kind of sets the whole day up. Like, my whole day is kind of thrown off because I had intentions of waking up at a certain time and I didn't. Or in terms of staying strict to my diet, like, all right, I'm going to diet for 30 days straight. And then, 4 or 5 days in, I'm like, oh shit. Like, and then I have a cheat meal, or I'm just like, oh, fuck it. And I think it's so easy for people to just have that fuck it attitude. But in reality, it really gets you nowhere. And I'm going through that now, and I'm not as bad as I was, but I'm really working on it, and I do notice a difference. I know it sounds like kind of corny and maybe a little bit cliche to say, but like, I really do feel so much better when I do the things that I say I'm gonna do, and I resist. You know what I mean? Whether it's like, cheating on a diet, or smoking weed, or sleeping late, or hitting the snooze button, or telling myself I'm going to do cardio and then I end up not doing it. Or if I say I'm going to do 30 minutes and I only do 20 minutes, like, these little things add up. And I feel like if you might not even realize that you do it, or you might not realize how much you do it and how often you do it, but try to keep track, and you'll realize, like, damn, man, I can't even keep a promise to myself. Like, how do I expect to, like, get ahead and get to the next level in life to where I want to get to? And like I said, it's a big way to build self-confidence. I know, like I said, I was just talking about that in the last video, but it's a huge way to build confidence, and you feel comfortable with yourself when like, whether you make a checklist in your head or you write it down and you say, all right, man, like, I did everything I said that I'm going to do. I did it. I woke up at the time I was going to. I said I was going to drink a gallon of water today. I drank a gallon of water today. I said I was going to do 30 minutes of cardio. I did 30 minutes of cardio. I said I was going to hit the weights. I hit the weights. I said I was going to stay on my diet. I stayed on my diet. I said I was going to resist smoking weed. I resisted smoking weed. I didn't drink. I didn't go out. I didn't do this. I didn't chase girls. I didn't have casual sex. All these things that a lot of, either you or me or anybody can say to themselves, as long as you're keeping those promises, I promise you that it really does fucking work. Again, I know this shit sounds cliche, and I know it sounds kind of like, all right, whatever. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. But like, I'm telling you, take inventory. Like, if you really want to improve your mindset and get ahead, do what you say you're going to do, and not for anybody else, but for you. And I can tell you from experience, from years of having that, fuck it, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start this, fuck it, I'll do it another week. I've been there. I'm almost kind of still there, but I'm way better now because I've been really trying to practice it because I want it. I want to be better. I want to be a better Jeff. I want to be the best version of myself. And I'm telling you from experience, just I'm going through it now. Like, I'm experiencing it every day now. Like, if you say you're going to do the things, if you do the things you say you're going to do to yourself mentally, man, it puts you in a different place. And at least for me, and I feel great about it. And it just keeps that momentum going to like reaching your best self. So I hope that helps build self-confidence, keep the promises you make to yourself, stay consistent. Nobody's perfect. You may fuck up, but there's always tomorrow. But stick to it. All right. Take care.